Yes, so.
That
I don't
remember
forget
you're
things.
supposed to. I'm like, oh, so I can't express myself. Okay, all right, right. But I promise you, in the grand scheme of things, it's highly rewarding. And if you feel like you're taking responsibility of this, then you feel like a man. You feel like you're taking care of your family. You're putting your household together. Something that a lot of black people really, a lot of black men struggle to do right now. In fact, they would rather pull a black man who is doing that down.
Oh. And what about the tone in which you're
Right.
addressing her?
That's why you must
pay attention
focus.
to that.
That's why you must focus on feeling, because if you focus on feeling, you will have better empathy for bringing the right tone into the conversation.
Tone matters.
If your mindset tells you this is duty and responsibility and she should know better,
That's entitlement speaking.
that's entitlement, and we should expect that from women more. No disrespect to women, more than anybody else, right? Women will say he should know better, and you're the man, and you're saying that. All right, that's all kind of wrongs, right? If we're going to talk about right and wrong, it's feelings. It makes you feel some type of way. You need to focus on that. If you focus on that, you understand that you need to show feelings, right? You need to understand. You go there and say, "Hey, babe, when you give me silent treatment, kind of like yesterday, it makes me feel this way." You're owning how you feel, and you're not calling them out on your own BS. Call it your own BS, because I want you to engage your power, right? Because again, we cannot control another adult. We can influence them.
Yes.
We can't control them. And that's what I'm teaching you right now. That's what we're teaching you, how to influence friends, how to influence and win friends. You have to focus on how they feel, not duty and responsibility. People don't care about anything outside of how they feel, including you and I. And if you're so disconnected from that idea and you're just stuck on duty and responsibility, now compare that to the result you're getting right now.
How's that working for you?
Boom. How's that working out for you, right? So clearly it's something different, right? So you can have a conversation with her, but how you have that conversation matters. It's not the content. You can be right all you want, but if she doesn't feel right when you bring that to her, it's going to get worse.
I mean,
right?
if you come with, we have to talk, I can tell you right now, I'm that type. I'm running.
Right.
Because we have to talk. It just sounds so negative to me.
Right.
Like,
it sounds
what have I done now?
right.
It feels
So
like I'm gonna get
she's
a
probably
lash.
that type of chick.
That's what I'm
That-
saying. It's personality.
Once you feel like you're walking on eggshell, they will run for the hills, and sometimes the way they run for the hills is to the silent treatment. They don't want to offend you. They don't want to feel wrong. They don't. Whatever it is, we don't care. It doesn't really matter. She has her own reasons, but we will never find out those reasons if you're not patient enough to bring that conversation in a way that she can receive it. If you bring it in the way you normally receive things, it will backfire, because
It will.
you're two different individuals.
Absolutely.
So how would you find out how she will receive it? Well, first of all, I put, babe, this is how it makes me feel. You're talking about you. And then she can say, whenever I say, this is how something makes me feel, what do you say to me? Be honest, babe.
I don't even remember right now. Tell me.
You say, that's me, but that's you. That's women.
Yes. I
Not
would
all
say
women,
that.
but that's my wife. At least I know my wife, right? So your wife may be different, but you need to learn her. How are you going to learn her if you're not listening, right? So you have to listen. You have to be patient with the listening. You have to be actively listening without taking offense. It's very hard. Everything I'm telling you is easier said than done. You have to now. You're not a
It's
therapist.
hard, but it will build you. It's very important.
You're
for us
building
to tell
muscles.
people.
Yeah.
It will build you.
Yeah.
Stop running away from hard things because you feel like, oh no, it's too hard. I can't do it. No.
I don't want to forget this. See, I know all their pushbacks. I know all their
It will
pushbacks.
build you.
One of the pushbacks is that, so I'm supposed to be a therapist. Stop being a therapy for your wife. You're not good. You're right. That's why you should listen. Relax. Don't try to assume what she's thinking before you start to listen. As a matter of fact, you're listening because that becomes ammunition for you to influence her the way you want to influence her to get the result you're looking for both of you. So I'm not asking you to be a therapy. I'm just sharing a skill set that will be extremely useful For you, no matter what women you bring into your life, the active listening skills is easier said than done. It's extremely hard because you have your own feelings and you want to express your whole feelings in the way you want to express it.
I'm like, babe, you're in this relationship with me. You don't get to be a therapist. How are you talking up like you're
That's when I
outside of this
wasn't
relationship?
listening. That's because I was spewing what I knew about psychology and all this. And
I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, but I wasn't. You didn't feel heard.
Yeah, I'm
That's
like,
why.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
You're not a therapist, though.
Right.
You are in this relationship, so you better come.
But I want to go back to what you said earlier,
Right.
which is you're already not aligning, and this is happening. This is something you definitely want to sort through before you move forward.
Yes, absolutely.
Right? And sometimes, very rarely, if you've engaged proper counseling, very rarely. Sometimes it's just not a fit. You shouldn't marry that person. But I think most of the time, it's a matter of skill set on your part as a man, especially because that same problem you will encounter with the next girl, right? It will come up in a different way, to show up in a little different way. This time she may be barking at you. She's not silent, right? But it's actually the same issue, but it's just the way that person expresses is different, right?
Yes.
But you are the one attracting it. Whatever this toxic behavior is, you're the one attracting it. So it's a function of how you're able to get people to, to feel safe, to express to you how you would like to be approached or how you would like to be expressed. I'm missing my English together right now.
Yeah, but you're right. Even her, in that moment, she doesn't feel safe.
That's it.
For her to just go quiet on you, she doesn't have.
So is it your responsibility to make her feel safe? I wouldn't use the language responsibility, but I think you would benefit if she feels safe around you. I think you would like that, wouldn't you? Wouldn't that be highly rewarding if your partner is feeling safe around you?
They feel free.
Wouldn't they give into your life, right? Never mind the word responsibility or accountability. Wouldn't you benefit from it if your partner feels safe around you? I think that's what we should focus, as opposed to, why should I be my responsibility? I'm painting it because that's what romantic relationships are. It's not cutthroat. It's the way like soldier goes soldier. That's not how this stuff works.
Right.
It's like water, like Bruce Lee said. People should feel free. You should feel free, but sometimes you have to sow that seed in order to reap the rewards. And especially as a man, you carry the seed. You can cleanse her. As a matter of fact, the scripture talks about cleansing her in Ephesians 5:26. That's basically what Christ does to us. Christ doesn't expect us to be perfect, right? Christ is the husband, we're the wife, right? I learned this from my father. The expectation that your wife has to be this duty, and that's stupid because that's just not how it works. It's the energy you bring that will cleanse her, and then she will multiply it, right? That's how it works in the grand scheme of things. Once in a while, I get caught up in my emotions too.
Oh,
right?
We are definitely humans in here. We're humans,
Right?
not aliens. Okay?
I do. But because I talk
moments.
about this so much, it's quick to remind me too.
Yes, so.
That
I don't
remember
forget
you're
things.
supposed to, I'm like, oh, so I can't express myself. Okay, all right, right. But I promise you, in the grand scheme of things, it's highly rewarding. And if you feel like you're taking responsibility of this, then you feel like a man. You feel like you're taking care of your family. You're putting your household together. Something that a lot of black people a lot of black men struggle to do right now. In fact, they would rather pull a black man who's doing that down.
Oh,